Hey YouTube, it's your girl Razia J and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time landing on my channel and seeing my face, welcome, glad that you are here. And if you have been rocking with Ray, thank you so much for your continual support. It means the world to me. I know that I say this all the time, that this video is one that I am really excited about and that you guys really do mean the world to me, but it is the truth. Your support, your dedication to not only me as a content creator, but also me as a social worker means the world to me. I have not been in these streets for a while. I feel like it's been like 2 to 3 weeks that I have not sat down to record any content, and the amount of love and the amount of support I have been getting from you guys has really shown me that there is a space for me here and there is a place. So I am back today with a new video for you guys that it's long awaited. I think that we are preparing ourselves as social workers, especially those that work in the macro sector and those who work in higher education, to encourage and impart into new social workers the beauty in this profession. So this video right here is my fall 2022 welcome video. This is a video where I am going to welcome new social workers to the profession as students, and I am going to share with you guys some of the things that I think is really important for us to speak about before we even get into the profession as students. So if you are a social worker and you just want to hear my take on this, or if you are an up-and-coming social work student, this video is for you, so stay tuned. So yes, guys, this video is a video that I really wanted to put out there because I started to think back about my journey as a student not too long ago and what I wish I knew, what I wish I did different, and how I wish I would have leveraged that season in my life for the better. So if you are starting a social work program in fall of 2022, or if you are already in a program and you are just continuing on, I think that these are some things that as students we really have to consider, or I should say as students, you guys should consider. I am just a few months adjacent from being a student. I am in what I deem my transitional period, where I am not quite a seasoned social worker quite yet, but I am no longer a student. But I really wanted to share this with you guys. As you are entering into your fall semester, there are some things that you should be looking for from your programs, from your internships, or from your community and your support systems to ensure that you're leaving academia with everything that you need. First and foremost, make sure that you are at a CSWE accredited university. So CSWE stands for Certified Social Work Education, I believe, but I don't want to be lying, so I am going to put the real, what it means up here somewhere, or I can just look it up right now. So the CSWE stands for, drum roll please. Okay. The Council on Social Work Education. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that you are at a CSWE accredited school. What does that mean? These are the schools that the curriculum is standardized. So it doesn't matter if you go to a state school, a private school, a for-profit school, or a non-profit school. It doesn't matter what university or college you go to. The curriculum is going to be standardized across the board to ensure that you have the basic needs to ensure that you leave your school and your program proficient and confident to enter into the profession. So that's number one. Make sure that the program that you're applying to or the program that you're going into is CSWE accredited. The second thing, make sure that the program has diversity in their faculty, in their chair, in their various departments, and that you see something about yourself in that program. So if you are African American, are you seeing professors of color? Are you seeing staff of color? If you are Jewish, are you seeing faculty that meets that criteria? If you are part of the LGBTQ community, are you seeing faculty that meets that criteria, or are you finding yourself in a program that is a safe space for that demographic? The reason why I'm saying this is because the faculty that you are learning from, based on their level of competency and comfortability in things that is different, or the minority, says a lot about how your time as a student is going to look. Okay, now that we got those things out of the way, look at the field office and ask yourself, are they offering me assistance? And if they are offering assistance, what are other students saying about this field office? Ask questions. If you know someone that went to a school, ask them what their experience with that field office was. Did they have to find their placement? Was their placement something that they really wanted to do? Or was it something that they settled for? And after you do that research, I know that right now we are in this wave of the pandemics and all the panoramas that are happening, monkeypox, COVID, you name it, it's out there. Internships may look a little bit different, but is this office or is this institution going to support what I want to do as a social worker? And another thing that I really want students to consider, you are the consumer. You are the person who is buying something from these universities. Whether they like to admit it or not, it's not a transaction that is one way. It's not just a university giving to you so that you can be degreed, but it's also what are you getting in return outside of just that degree, that transactional thing, right? For me, I wanted to do macro social work. So it made sense that I looked for a program that had a track that was, one, able to fulfill the requirements that I would need for my degree, but also give me the electives that I would like to take to make sure that I was leaving my program confident as a macro social worker. If I went to a program that was strictly clinical, I would not confidently enter into the macro social work space feeling like I had something to add to the table. And also, when you're considering your placement and where you're going to intern, ask yourself, is this internship going to be a glorified volunteer opportunity for me, or is it going to be something that teaches me? And don't feel like you are confined to an internship. I know universities like to scare us and use these tactics like, oh, you have to take this internship or you can't swap or leave an internship. If you start an internship this fall and it's not meeting your needs, it's not doing what you need it to do for you to learn what you need to learn, talk to somebody. Call your faculty advisor, your field professor. Schedule a meeting with your supervisor and your professor to find a middle ground that is healthy and promising for you. Because the last thing I want any new social work student to go through is going through an entire field placement where you're unsatisfied, where you're dissatisfied, or where you feel like you're not learning anything and they're not even taking into consideration what you want to do. I say this so passionately because for me, I knew that I did not want to do anything clinical. And my first placement that Fordham found for me last year was very much a hybrid of clinical stuff. I was going to be doing some psychotherapy, and I was going to get some opportunity to do some meso community outreach, but it was really clinical. And I remember taking the internship because I felt like I had no other options. But then I started to think, like, Razia, that is not going to benefit you in the long run. This placement is not going to do anything for you career-wise. You won't leave this placement feeling confident in the things that you want to do. So is this a good placement? And I remember I started praying because I am a believer. So I pray. Whatever you subscribe to, that's okay. I started to pray. And the placement was canceled. It disappeared. And I remember feeling bummed because it was only a week before school started, but I felt relieved because it gave me a new opportunity to find something better. So I say this to you guys now from this angle of, if you are interviewing for placements and they don't meet the criteria of what you want to do for your professional career, walk away, walk away, walk away. I promise you, you're going to get a placement and it's going to work for you. Don't let anyone make you feel like you have to lock in or get into a placement that you are not confident or happy about. So I ended up with the NASW New Jersey chapter, and that was the best decision for me. Not only did it leave me with an opportunity to learn so much about the macro space, it taught me so much about nonprofit leadership. It taught me a ton about membership organizations and how they work and the importance of them and the ways that they can be fine-tuned to be better for the members versus how they look really under that big umbrella. And that was good for me as a student, as an intern. And it also left me with the opportunity of walking away from an internship with a job. So that was really a blessing for me as a macro social worker, because this is a little space that you have to know someone, I think, to get in, especially if you want to keep your title as a social worker in the forefront. Because a lot of people in the macro space drop that title and they go with whatever else they're doing. So yeah. As a student going into this fall, just know that you can do it. Know that it is challenging, but if you find yourself with a good support system and a good flow and a good rhythm, you too can master it, or you too can get your bachelor's in social work and move forward into a very good master's program if that's what you desire. So if you are a new student, I want to say welcome to the profession. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the student cafe of the profession. And I hope that your time as a student is promising and that you learn the things that you need to learn so that you can leverage your degree to the best of your ability. And if you need a support system and you do identify as BIPOC, I am going to link down below my student support group for social work students that you guys can tap in and get into, because we are on a break right now, but come August, we are hitting the ground running with programs and engagement opportunities for students. And if you are a student and you are considering a membership with the NASW, I ask that you reach out to me, because maybe I can see what I can do to, one, help you understand what the membership means and how it benefits you as a student. And also I can give you my take on if I think that the membership is worth it at the student level. I would say this for everyone. I am a member of the NASW. I am a member because I tap into the resources that are not just continual educations. I tap into things that are networking opportunities. I have met a ton of social workers from the NASW, like my NASW corner, where you can just meet and greet people. And they are people that I could reach out to if I have questions about the profession. They are people that can connect me with other social workers that may be doing things very similar to me and can bridge that gap for me. And I think it was beneficial for me. So I think that as students, it's important to know why you're doing social work, what you can do as a student to further your education and make sure that you're getting everything out of it, and how you can build healthy relationships with your peers, with seasoned social workers, and with social workers in your community. I would love to connect with you, and I would love to help you get this degree. So until next time, peace.